A man opens his eyes in a strange glowing chamber. His body is weak. Machines hum around him. A tall, blue-skinned alien queen holds his face gently and whispers, "Human, I thought you died." He tries to speak, but something sharp is attached to his chest. An alien life support device. Alarms suddenly echo outside the room. Soldiers shout. Something is coming. Ethan Hayes, a human engineer from a destroyed Earthship. He wakes inside a healing pod in an alien palace. The Queen Saria of the Azir Dominion, stands beside him. She shows clear emotion, something rare for her species. Ethan remembers only an explosion, darkness. Then nothing. Welcome to my channel Starlight Sci-Fi Stories. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ethan Hayes felt his chest rise and fall before he even opened his eyes. Something warm held him up, keeping him from sinking into the cold floor. A soft glow pressed through his eyelids. When he finally blinked, he saw a face. A strange, beautiful blue-skinned face. Her eyes were silver like stars. Her long hair shimmered like liquid night. She was not human. She was not a dream. She was holding him in her arms with surprising gentleness. And she whispered with a shaking voice, "Human, I thought you died." Before he could answer, alarms screamed around them. Red lights flashed across the room. Soldiers shouted outside the door. Energy weapons charged. Something dangerous was coming. That was the first 25 seconds of Ethan's return to life. The awakening. Ethan tried to speak, but his throat felt dry. He looked down and saw an alien metal plate attached to his chest. Blue energy pulsed through it, syncing with his heartbeat. Thin crystal-like wires ran into his skin. He panicked and tried pulling it off, but the Queen held his hand. "Don't," she said softly. "It is keeping you alive." Ethan looked around. He was inside a glowing chamber, almost like a hospital, but built with elegant alien curves and floating screens. The Queen helped him sit up. Her touch was careful, almost too gentle for someone who looked like a ruler of a powerful race. Where am I?" Ethan whispered. "You are in my palace," she said. "The capital of the Azir Dominion." A memory flashed in his mind. Burning metal, a ship tearing apart, a violent explosion swallowing him whole. Then darkness. "You saved me," the Queen said. "You threw me into an escape pod before the Draven bomb hit. You should have died." Her voice cracked. "But I could not let you go." The threat outside. Before Ethan could understand what she meant, 2 guards stormed inside. "Your Majesty, the Draven fleet has broken through the outer ring. We must evacuate you." The Queen Saria of the Azir Dominion stood up with a cold, commanding gaze. "No, not without him." The guards exchanged worried looks. "Your Majesty, the Draven have issued a kill order on the human. If they capture him alive, they will extract." "I know," Saria snapped. "But he stays with me." Ethan stared at her, confused and overwhelmed. "Why do they want me?" he asked. Saria turned back to him, her voice softer again. "Because you are no longer just human. The truth of his body." She touched the glowing plate on his chest. "When we found you drifting in space, your body was dying," she explained. "Your bones were broken. Your lungs were failing. No human medicine could save you. But near your body, we discovered fragments of our healing crystals." Ethan frowned. "Healing crystals. Azir cores," she said. "They contain raw life energy. When they mixed with your blood during the explosion, your body changed." "Changed how?" Ethan whispered. "You can survive more damage than any human. Your reflexes are faster. Your strength is growing. You healed from injuries no human could survive." Ethan leaned back shocked. "I didn't ask for any of this." "I know," Saria said quietly. "But now, the Draven fear what you might become." Another explosion shook the palace. Dust fell from the ceiling. The ground trembled. Guards lifted their weapons. "We must move," Saria said. We are out of time. The Queen's request. They guided Ethan through long crystal blue hallways. The palace looked both ancient and advanced, filled with floating lights and living stone. But every few minutes, an explosion echoed through the air, and the lights flickered. Ethan's legs felt weak, but he forced himself to keep walking. "Why are we heading deeper into the palace?" he asked. "To the planetary shield chamber," Saria said. "You are the only one who can help me save my people." Ethan nearly stumbled. "Me? I'm an engineer, not a soldier." "I know," she said. "But human engineering is similar to ancient Azir designs. You understand logic, systems, structure. If you can stabilize the shield, we can hold off the Draven long enough to evacuate the civilians." Ethan wanted to argue, but one look at her face stopped him. Her silver eyes were filled with fear, but not for herself. "For your people," Ethan said slowly. "And for you," Saria added quietly. "I already lost you once. I will not lose you again." He didn't know what to say to that, so he simply followed the attack. When they reached the shield chamber, the door suddenly blew open behind them. Draven assassins in black armor swarmed in. Their weapons shot dark red beams across the room. Guards blocked the attack, shouting for the Queen to flee. Saria pushed Ethan behind her. But when a Draven soldier charged at them with a plasma blade, Ethan reacted without thinking. He grabbed the soldier's arm. There was a burst of blue light. The soldier flew backward as if hit by a shockwave. Ethan stared at his own hands. "What did I just do?" Saria's eyes widened. "Your body is awakening faster than I thought." The ancient artifact. They finally reached the heart of the chamber. A giant crystal ring floated in the air, surrounded by machinery and glowing symbols. Ethan approached it. The crystal pulsed. The symbols lit up. "It's reacting to you," Saria whispered. "That's impossible," said one of the guards. "Only royal blood can activate the core of worlds." And yet, the entire chamber filled with blue fire as the artifact reached toward Ethan like it recognized him. He turned to Saria, fear rising. "What's happening to me?" She stepped forward, eyes full of shock and something deeper, hope. "I don't know," she said. "But you are becoming something the galaxy has never seen." The artifact erupted in a blinding flash. Ethan screamed. Saria shouted his name and ran toward him. And then everything turned white. A soft wind touched Ethan's face. He was lying on a smooth stone floor. Blue lights floated above him like tiny stars. His body felt lighter, almost weightless. When he opened his eyes, he saw Queen Saria kneeling at his side. Her hands were shaking as she touched his face. "Ethan, can you hear me?" she whispered. He slowly sat up. His whole body glowed faint blue, the same color as the Azir energy crystals. The device on his chest was gone, replaced by a mark, an intricate symbol that pulsed like a heartbeat. I'm okay," Ethan said, though he didn't really believe it. Saria let out a breath of relief. Long, deep, and full of emotion. "Thank the stars," she said. "You scared me again." Her voice was soft, but her eyes were full of fear. Ethan realized she had been holding him like this the whole time the explosion went off. The new strength. Ethan stood slowly. His legs no longer felt weak. Instead, energy flowed through every muscle. When he moved, the air shimmered around him. His senses were sharper. He could hear guards shouting across the far hall. He could feel the hum of the shield generator nearby. "What did the artifact do to me?" Ethan asked. Saria stood too, though she kept a hand on his arm. "It bonded with you. The core of worlds only chooses one being every few centuries. But it has never chosen a human." Ethan looked at the glowing mark on his chest. "Why me?" Saria shook her head. "I don't know. But the prophecy speaks of a star twin, a being born outside the Azir line who will bring balance when darkness rises." "A prophecy?" Ethan raised an eyebrow. "I don't believe in prophecies." "All prophecies are simply predictions," Saria said. But this one may be real. Before Ethan could answer, an explosion shook the entire chamber. The enemy arrives. A hologram flashed to life in front of them. A tall, armored Draven commander appeared. His voice cold and sharp. "Azir Queen," he said. "Bring the human to us. Now." Ethan stepped forward. "Why me?" The commander's red eyes narrowed. "You carry the core inside your body. With it we can rebuild our lost empire. You are not Azir. You do not belong to them." Saria stepped between Ethan and the hologram, her voice icy. "He belongs to no one. And I will not hand him over." The commander's voice darkened. "Then your city will burn." The hologram vanished. Outside the chamber, alarms wailed. The palace trembled. Draven troops had broken through the final barrier. Ethan turned to Saria. "I need to fix the planetary shield now. Otherwise your people, they won't make it." Saria nodded, though fear flickered across her face. "I will stay with you." "No," Ethan said. "If something happens to me, then it happens to both of us." Her voice was firm. There was no time to argue. The shield fails. The shield generator room was massive, filled with tall crystal towers and bright energy beams. But everything was flickering, losing power. Ethan walked to the main console. It lit up instantly at his touch. Blue lines spread across the floor, connecting to the generator core. The crystal responded to him like it recognized him as its new master. "I think I can do this," Ethan said. "But it's going to drain me." Saria moved closer. "I won't let you go too far." He gave her a small smile. "You said that last time." Her face softened, but her eyes were worried. "Because I meant it." Ethan took a deep breath and placed his hands on the core. Blue fire exploded around him. The power within. The energy rushed into Ethan's body like a storm. Every nerve lit up. His mind filled with thousands of signals from the shield network across the planet. He saw damaged sections, overloading nodes, failing circuits. He pushed harder. The shield began to power up again. Outside the palace, Draven warships charged their cannons. Red beams struck the faint shield, cracking it like glass. Saria stood beside Ethan, gripping his arm. "Stay with me. Focus." "I'm trying," Ethan gasped. "But it's too much." "You are not alone," she cried. Her hand glowed with silver power, sending energy into him. Their lights mixed, blue and silver, swirling together like twin stars. The shield brightened. The last push. Draven cannons fired again. The shield cracked. Ethan roared as he pushed everything he had into the core. Blue flames rose from his hands. The crystal tower shot a massive wave of energy upward, spreading across the sky. Boom! The entire planet shook as the shield burst outward, releasing a shockwave that destroyed the Draven ships. Silence followed. The sky glowed bright blue, stronger than ever. Ethan collapsed forward. Saria caught him instantly, pulling him against her chest just as she did when he first opened his eyes. "Ethan! Ethan, stay with me." Her voice trembled. He tried to speak, but everything went dark. The new beginning. He woke up again. In a peaceful garden. Tall glowing flowers surrounded him. Crystal fountains hummed softly. Birds with shimmering wings rested on the branches. Saria sat beside him, her eyes red from crying. "You're awake," she whispered. Ethan blinked. "Did I save the city?" "You saved my people," she said. "You saved me." She reached out and held his hand tightly. Her fingers were cold but gentle. Ethan squeezed back. "What happens now?" he asked. Saria hesitated. "If you wish, we can search for other humans. Or you may stay here. The palace, the city, the Azir people, they would welcome you." Ethan looked at her, at the hope and fear in her eyes. After a long moment he smiled. "I'll stay." Saria's breath caught. "Truly? Someone has to keep you out of trouble," he said softly. Her eyes filled with warmth. "Then welcome home, Ethan Hayes." She leaned her forehead against his, silver eyes glowing. The blue mark on Ethan's chest pulsed gently. A human and a queen connected by fate, energy, and an impossible bond.